I dream that I became an unwilling victim of some gang confrontation. So they grabbed me and sprayed me with some pepper spray. But at that moment, I pretended and deliberately held my breath so that it would have no effect on me. That was my thought process in the dream. And then I started struggling and said that I wanted to join them, not out of desire, of course, but out of fear. And they said that it's unlikely and I need to speak with their leader. So when the leader arrived with his assistants, they surrounded me, and I'm saying that I want to join your band. But he said that I did not meet their requirements, and they began moving closer to me in anticipation of dealing with me. So at that moment, I realized that my only chance is to fight them, and since were many of them, I needed to deal with the leader first. So I grabbed him by the head and just pressing it hard against his neck and jaw. And since my grip was strong, I understood that he was done at that moment, definitely neutralized. And then I see a couple of men nearby and shouting to them, help me to deal with the other guys. With his assistants, and his assistants, for some reason, were some children. So at the first, those couple of men started panicking and fussed around stupidly. But then there were three of them, and they start managing to deal with everyone. And they didn't just beat them; they just killed them, and in a most brutal way I could even imagine. There were just some pieces of bloody bodies lying everywhere. That was disgusting to see all of that. And one of the men says he is a doctor and start bragging about how he had slashed someone's face with a blade. And the others also began telling their stories about how they ended up there, why, and what happened to them. Meanwhile, the fight, I was dragging the leader's corpse with me in the same way I had grabbed him at the beginning, not daring to drop it because I didn't want everyone to know that I had killed him already. So I was just thinking, what should I do? And once the fight finished, I dropped the body of him and just started crying, either to attract attention or sympathy for myself, or out of relief that everything was finally over. And those guys played along with me, saying things like, "Oh yes, you went through some bad stuff. We feel you so much." And at that moment, I felt the desire to tell them the whole story and everyone else who I know the full story of how everything had happened here. Then the next scene, I'm at home with my parents and sister, and there is some disagreement between my sister and my mother, and they just start pushing each other and hitting. And I'm telling them that this is not how we behave here, and I separate them and starting talking to them that it shouldn't be done in that way. And they just looking at me like foolish children. And then I'm in my room with my parents and my sister's friend. And my parents are a little drunk, and something falls on the floor. Some small parts, a lot of them, and a flask with some kind of substance in it. So my mother calls my father from the kitchen to clean it all up. And I'm just saying, just lie down on the bed, I will take care of it myself. But they still try to clean it up, and I cleaning it up as well. So once I take a container with a light green liquid in it, I take it into my mouth to hold it, so that my hands are free to pick up some other things. And I feel that this substance, this container with the substance is warm, almost hot, and it accidentally cracks in my mouth, and some of the liquid spills onto my gum, and I feel that it slightly damages it. And at that moment I woke up. So what's this dream trying to tell me? First of all the characters in the dream, it's just different parts of me, more precisely parts of my psyche. So the gang scene represents a confrontation with my own shadow, my impulses, my fears, some outer pressure, etc. And in my reactions, I demonstrate conscious control. I hold my breath when they spray the pepper spray. Then I try to find a compromise by offering them to join their gang. And after that, I'm attacking the leader of the shadow, which indicates an awareness of the main source of fear or pressure. Later, after defeating the leader, I keep holding his corpse and do not let it go. This means that I fear the consequences of the strength that I have expressed. And then I begin to cry. This is both a psychological release and a desire to be recognized and understood, but also a fear of my own aggression. The men who brutally kill others symbolize as well my aggression that breaks out stronger than I would like once I allow myself to express it. And the scene with the fighting between my mother and sister represents a conflict between two emotional parts of my personality. And here my ego takes the role of the adult here, calming them down and guiding them. The scene with the green liquid that cracks in my mouth symbolizes the beginning of a transformation process. Something being born, the birth of something new in the unconscious. And the green color indicates this. The liquid itself is warm and also almost hot. That means psychic energy is already in an active phase, and the process is underway. So I hold the vessel in my mouth, meaning inside myself. So this represents taking responsibility, but it cracks, meaning it is already too much for me, and I'm taking on more than I can handle. This surely represents a psychic overload. The contents of the vessel, transformational energy, bursts outward. Perhaps unconscious forces have broken through into conscious life. This means that I'm in a process of active transformation, and the green vessel as well connected with the function of sensation because of its color, and also indicates that I need to integrate this incoming flow of my unconscious material through some practical and real measures. For example, keeping a journal.